Welcome to our pop-up studio today.
Yeah, I'm excited for this one.
This is traditional games, Mary. It is let's go back in time. No, it's not.
No, because you can use traditional games, but with a modern twist on them.
And I think, do you
sorry.
see? Sorry, when you're in the nurseries, do you see games being played a lot?
No, not a lot at all. And I, as a grandma, have a rule that we play tabletop games, but we play with rules and So if we
there's no cheating.
No cheating, and there's not a one winner, two winners, three winners. If I win, I win, and I tend to try to win. I'll be honest with you.
And I think there is a place, obviously, depending on the child, to let them almost win or to win sometimes. And I guess that's. But I agree with the potted sports. Is with my two kids, who are a lot older now, but they used to, team sports, and nobody won anything.
No.
And I don't think that's healthy.
I actually really noticed it with my own children. My daughter was quite academic. My son was more into physical and PE and things like that. And this was his chance to shine, but he couldn't because of how the potted sports worked. Yeah. So.
And I know that you told me a story recently about your grandson winning something, but he wasn't really a winner, Mary.
Yeah.
You know, in a football tournament or something like that. And so anyway, back to the dominoes. So we've got hundreds of dominoes, and here's the thing, that we sometimes make little packs of things. So these bags have got all sorts of things to match and sort, because that's the first stage of dominoes. Really, you need to find a pair. You need to find two things the same. So here are lovely new ones from Hope, which are shapes. And so we found a pair there, or we found a pair there, or we could even find a pair there and do it like that. Now I can match up the orange here, but I have a. So is that allowed to go? We can have a discussion.
Yeah.
So there's a conversation to be had there, which is just fab. But so I put some on the table, which you can see, and we've got some in hidden. So the children are having to unzip and find out what's it. Oh, look at these dominoes, Mary. 3-sided triangular dominoes.
See, they would just confuse me completely. But I know children are ready for that and would want that challenge and would enjoy that challenge.
Not every child, but definitely some children. Yeah. So we're matching here, but we're not matching there. So is that allowed? So we have to discuss and talk about rules
and turn taking and finding out, and if you can't go, that's what I like about dominoes, because sometimes you have to wait. You can't go, and you might have some in your hand, but actually they're not matching, so it is your turn, but you have to wait.
And I put these out, these lovely little resin pieces from Hope, that are not dominoes, but I'm introducing the concepts and the skills of putting sets together, pairs together, etc. And so I think that's a really nice introduction to. And then I have another set here that are all sparkly and glittery. There's little sequins in them.
And these ones here.
New ticket. Now let me think. Wooden jeweled dominoes, they're called.
Well, you know how I like a jewel, so these are really good again, and the tactileness of them is fabulous.
They are,
and the colours are really bright on them as well.
They're chunky, Maddie. Yeah, they're absolutely chunky. And I wouldn't not
but play. They're quite light.
They are. I would not play green and green.
No.
And have a conversation about green and green. So that's a green and that's a green. Okay, they don't match exactly, but there's something familiar.
Yeah.
And so challenging children is really important. And then, of course, we've got ordinary dominoes. Well, my ones are wooden, but you get plastic ones and all sorts of ones. And then we have a whole. This is a set from Sri Lanka that I bought. And again, it's not dominoes, but checkers. But what it is, Mary, you'll love these, is matching, one-to-one correspondence, pairing, all those mathematical things that we are trying to build in our children, and playing games and using materials like this is really helpful.
And of course, we have these ones that might just be my favourite, because I absolutely love the glitter in them. And but we've got glitter and we've got number as well on these ones.
I went to an old vinyl record sale, and I found a box of dominoes here But again, they're not numbered or anything. This is absolutely just about matching one of the vinyl records that has a colour. So I don't actually know. I know that most children won't know what a vinyl record is, so I'm not bothered about it being a vinyl record, but I'm bothered about it introducing the basic skills that my children need to play dominoes. Yeah.
And this one, Alice, this one is the worst dominoes I could ever imagine. But oh my golly, some of the boys absolutely love this because in my head, the challenge is too much. Oh, orange. Oh, no, wait a minute. Have I done it?
So what Mary's got here are 3D dominoes. But the 3Ds, we have got 2 orange pieces, but it's 2 buses driving in different directions. So they don't, there's this one, the 2 backs of the bus, so they don't go either.
Found one.
Okay, so she's got 2 blues which go together, but still this cannot go on. So I need to keep looking to see, oh, there's the back of the other blue bus there. And so it's much more yellow. I don't have any yellow, and orange. I have an orange. Oh, there's a front and a back of a bus. Da, da, da.
So it's absolutely fabulous, really. But the complex, it just traumatizes me because I think there's too much going on too quickly.
But again, if you think about how much conversation is there, Maddie, there's hundreds of conversation. Because the last time I used these ones, the jeweled ones from Ticket, and I can't do it because I don't have enough of them out and they're way over there. But all the children put all the ones together. So they put the 1 and the 1 and the 1 at the bottom, and 1 and 1 and 1 to 6. And then we reorganised them by, well, it was 1 and 1 and 1 and 2, and then 1 and 3, and then 1 and 4 and 1 and 5, and then 1 and 6. And so we didn't play dominoes, but we learned and talked about potential.
And actually, if you think about how much potential is coming from dominoes, but by mixing different sets, by having different sets, by working up. And this is a bag I do like, actually, because it's got a few of each of them in. So again, if I want to explore and experiment and just really discover the different dominoes, I can do that because of this bag that has been obviously planned and thought about by the, see, there's that one, so we'll just put that, oh no, won't go to them. We've got the triangle ones in here, we've got the paisley pattern flowers.
That's a completely different conversation again, Maggie, isn't it? Look at what I've just done.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I'm going to have to hold them because I don't want to clatter, but I've matched there, and then I've matched there, and then I've matched there, so I now need a square to match there.
I would never, ever, ever have done it up that way.
And so up the way like that. Now it's hard.
But imagine the sun coming through the window and catching the light.
And of course they're going to crash. Yeah. But you might do it against a wall or something like that. And so, and look at these ones. These are the last ones that we'll have a conversation about. They're dark blue on the side, but so these are the Liberty print. So I bought them actually as a gift for June, but I didn't give them to her. Now these are really tricky because some of the flowers are really similar to each other. Like those shades of blues are similar, but they're not a match. So that's much harder. But there's 2 boys that I play with in some of the projects that absolutely love them.
Yeah.
And so I guess the traditional games of taking turns and waiting until it's your time and keeping an eye on everybody else's moves. If what you do makes an impact on what I do.
And the fact that you had started with the same number as I've started, but if I can't go, what's going to happen? And then if you can't go, oh my, that anticipation is fabulous.
And you don't get that from loose parts.
No.
You don't get it from loose parts. Now, I do like loose parts, but I think we overuse them and we overvalue them. And I think we need to really stop and pause and get back to some of these old traditional games. And in fact, I'm writing something about it just now. And I'm really visiting lots of jacks, dice, snakes and ladders, checkers. And I want to do a whole course about it. You know, I did a course recently on ring games, but I think my next one is going to be on revitalising. And there's Ticket and Hope have already done it, haven't they? With giving us new materials to do it with. And to be honest with you, Mary's favourite set, guys, and this is the thing, always have conversations. I met a man on a bus And we were chatting for about an hour on the bus journey. And I found out that he'd retired and he'd started to make things out of raisin. And I said, what do you make that I would use? Like, I'm a teacher. And he said, well, what about Dominoes? And I said, oh, I'd love a set of Dominoes.
Yeah.
And on his phone, he had pictures of these. And you can't unfortunately see it, but it's all glittery and iridescent in the middle. And what he did is he made me a set and I paid him. And he sent them to me.
Yeah, fabulous, fabulous.
And so, but he loved the fact that he was going to, I was going to use them now with the children. He just thought that that was absolutely brilliant. And so you need to have conversations with people that, not that you maybe meet on a bus, but that you don't normally think would invest in childcare, invest in the future of your
and actually
people.
Go back to the past, because sometimes the things in the past are just as exciting as modern things.
Completely. And I know that I say constantly about forget the theorists that have not met the children of today, but I don't mean forget about them. We stand on their shoulders.
Yeah.
However, we have to think about how it is that, because some children will like one of these sets and some will like other sets and some will like your mixed up set, Mary. So I guess our invitation to you in our pop-up studio today is think about the games you play with children. Think about the older traditional games that you might not have visited for a while, and think about how you can re-energize and reinvent that part of your play, because something needs to change.